Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet, and today we are going to be talking about some things that we've got coming up. Brandon Bax asked me if I would remind everybody about the in-person meeting in Madison on January 17th, and that is going to, I believe it's going to start either at 9 or 9:30. So yeah, I just found out about it today too, Eric. So I'll let Nicole and Brandon know that they need to make sure that everybody gets information about that. So Brandon, I don't know if you were on when I just said this, but Eric is saying that he doesn't have an email about the in-person on January 17th. So you might want to follow up with everybody about an email or with an email about that. And okay. Okay, so a lot of people are saying that this is the first time they're hearing about it. So we definitely need to get an email out about that to everybody. And who do you want in attendance and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so I will check back with the attendance because we are missing a few agencies in the call here. I'll bring that back up. One of the things that I wanted to do today is go over numbers because it's been since October, since the last time I went over numbers. And what we can do with this is we'll just go down the list and I'm going to unmute everybody, but you need to mute yourself on your end so that we don't get a lot of the background noise. All right, so on here, African American Christian Foundation. I'm going to go here first, filter. I know somebody's on the call for this. All right, who's on the I know I saw somebody on the call. Y'all need to mute yourself, please. I like them. Yes. All right. And Brandon, I don't know if you can read the chat pod. You need to open that up to see about scheduling from a couple of the people here on the call. Okay, so African American Christian Foundation. Who, no, I saw you. I'll unmute you. Tammy, let's unmute you. Are you on the phone or are you just in the webinar? All right, sorry. Tammy, you're going to have to chat with me because I can't figure out how to just unmute you. There's not a button for you right now. Okay, so up here, what I've done today is I've highlighted the numbers that are of greatest concern to me in red. In most cases, it's when there's more than 20 of something on the numbers. So if you want to tell me anything or ask me any questions about why you have some of these numbers the way they are, I will be happy to answer those kind of questions for you if you want to explain what's going on. 51 no placements. Now this is all 3 years. So some of these numbers could be old if they are old. Have you gone through and done the canceling of the cases. So Tammy, if you can talk to me. I unmuted everybody.
I hear a lot of background noise.
Yes, and I'm trying to find the. All right, it's amazing how people can talk and hear.
Thank you for helping me. We'll talk soon. Have a good day. Yeah. Good luck.
All right, so Tammy, you should be the only one unmuted right now. So do you have, can you talk to me right now? Okay, I'm not getting anything from this. I don't hear you. And you should be unmuted. Okay, click and say unmute yourself, because you may have clicked it yourself. Oh, all right. All right, Tammy, are you there now?
Okay, now it's saying I'm unmuted.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
All right, now I can hear you. Okay, so Tammy, tell me about the eligibility review, the 43 people that are in there that have not been made eligible.
Those are probably old people who probably just need to be taken out as not being enrolled.
Okay.
I have to take a look because I think that's what that is. It's probably people that we never enrolled.
Okay. So if you can go through that process and make sure that those people are handled, that would be great. And then what about the 51 people that don't have a placement? Oh, criminy. Oh, oh, I bet I know what I just did. Did you dial in as well as get into the webinar?
Yeah, I dialed in.
Okay.
And
okay. So that's you talking now. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. So no placements for 51 people. Close out those.
Probably people that's not even enrolled. I'd have to check and see why that's saying that.
The people that, the only
what
way those
year
get
it is.
there, the only way that those people get there is if they're enrolled.
Okay, so what year is that? Because the first year, I know we had like 43. That was like 2018.
Right. So this is for all 3 years. So if we're looking here, I'm not going to click on this for the numbers, but they don't get here unless you have made them eligible on the other dashboard.
Okay. So I have to go in there and see why that's doing that. The system is really messed up because it doesn't, we put people in and it doesn't show the people. When I pull reports, it doesn't show everybody that we know that's enrolled. So I really just don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to go in there and look and see like why
on
it's
our,
doing that.
On our last webinar in December, I had asked everybody to verify that people that were in the customers with no placements and with payroll and without payroll were in the right spot. So if you find something that's going on with that, please send.
Yeah, I sent the report in to you guys and I never heard anything back. I sent a long, like maybe about 10, 15 pages of stuff that we saw wrong.
All right, so then I didn't get that email. So, because I got one from Tasha Wilkerson, but I don't remember seeing a long list from you.
Okay, I can send it to you. I can forward it to you.
Okay. And to Puerto Rican Cultural Center, I am going to post this in the webinar document so that you guys can see this, but you can see all of this, all of your own numbers in your own dashboard by just looking at these columns. So if you notice, the no placements 51 on this Excel spreadsheet is right here in this row on the dashboard for African American Christian Foundation. Okay, 23 without payroll. One of the things that was happening, and if you had put people, and this might be applicable to any of you that have these red numbers here, if you put people in under worksite placement without putting them in under a step and then tried to go back and add them in on a step, then you might have duplicate representation. And that was one of the other things that we had asked everybody to try to fix when we were working in December. So we need to clean those up. And then moving forward, we're only going to add people into worksite placement through a step on the career plan, okay? And then on here, Tammy, you've got 20 people that are beyond their 90 days on the subsidized wage. All you have to do is go into their step and change their subsidized wage to 0 of now, and that will take them out of that row on the dashboard. Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And if they became inactive or something, you need to mark them that way. Okay. Do you have any questions for me, Tammy?
I do, but I'll email it because it's a lot.
Okay. All right. And maybe we can set up a one-on-one call.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to mute Tammy. We're going to move on to Albany Park. So APCC. Type in the chat pod if you're from APCC so I can unmute you. Because I can't see it right now. You see APAC. I know somebody was on here from there because I marked them as having attended. All right, I'll move on. Alternative Schools Network. I know I saw Jim on the call. Jim Bell, I'm going to unmute you. All right, Jim, tell me about your agencies here. We've got a whole bunch of them, and several of them have some red numbers. Missing partner contacts under Truman. Truman also has 21 students with no placements. And then a number of your agencies have a lot of their students that are beyond the 90 days.
So the ones beyond 90 days are ones from previous years that we still have to close out.
Okay.
The numbers of no placements, before the holiday break, we were emailing you about that. We just have to go into each individual student's page and mark them from not started to started.
Okay, yes. I remember that now.
Yep. And then with the partner contacts for Truman, what does that mean exactly?
Let me get into test real quick and I can show you. On the overview page, I can tell you probably quicker than I can actually get in here. On the overview page, there is a place that you can mark who is part of the team for your student. Oh. And on there, you just have to mark who is part of your team. So if I go in here under, I'm just going to pick this first person. And under this person's overview page,
Okay.
that says integrated resource team contacts.
Okay.
And if you view, you can see who's been labeled as such. If you click the drop down arrow, it tells you who you can pick. So
Okay.
you just got to make sure that you've got somebody picked for that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep,
At least just one.
We'll fix that.
Okay. All right. Let me get back here. And then 21. All right, stop that. 21 people with no placements from Truman as well.
Yeah,
you have to open those up.
Mark them all as started.
All right. And then under the beyond 90 days, you just have to go in and close them out. So on their career plan.
Yep.
On their career plan, on their step for the get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this doesn't have a get a job step. Oh no, I didn't do this person. So on their step, you actually just have to change the dollar value for the subsidized to 0.
0.
And that will change that.
Okay. Yep,
All right.
we'll make sure that's all done.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't. Thank you for explaining.
All right. Angel of God. I'm going to.
The kids out of this neighborhood went to school.
All right. So I'm going to mute. Mary, I saw you. Okay. So Mary.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you this year?
I'm good. All right. So Angel of God here has 104 students with no placement. That could be older students.
Last year. Yeah.
And then you've got 35 with no payroll. So if you go into your list and look, oops, wrong one. If you go into your list and look, then click on that number, and on these people, all you have to do, I want to, on these steps, if they're not active any longer, then all you have to do, I'm trying to get to their progress page. You just have to close them out. And then if you never enrolled them, they shouldn't show up over there. So you just have to close them out if they're not active under this case closure piece. All right?
Okay. All right.
All right. And
we got it.
And if they don't have any payroll, all you have to do is upload the payroll, and you can watch the video on uploading the payroll.
Okay.
And what I just showed, let me try and pick a different person here so I can show you guys. Let me, all right, so on this career plan, let's hope this one has a step here. Get a full-time job. Why don't any of these have a full-time job on here?
Because I think he's over 21.
Well, you know, this is bad because I should have these people in here. Let's try this one. Nope, that one doesn't either. Sorry, I want to find one so that I can show you guys.
Mhm. What about Kevin Costner? He needs a job. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he is pretty, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to add a step here. And start permanent employment. So on the start permanent employment, in this place right here, it says hourly wage for placement. Subsidized wage for placement means that if it's 0, then they'll come out of that 90 days. And
Okay.
so if you have a number in there right now, you just have to take it out and make it zeros, and that will take them out of the over 90 days.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's go back here. So other than that, I think you're good. Do you have any questions for me?
No, none. You know what? I do have one question, or maybe just a suggestion. Is that on that career plan? Is there any way that we can get that updated where you can make more than one choice at a time when you adding steps to a customer's file? Like get a job. Then, go ahead.
One of the things that we're planning on doing with an update for next year is have a prescribed set of plans, step plans that will automatically come up. Like if you enroll in this program, you're going to have these steps automatically added. That's a dream that we want to do, but it's getting it done is going to not happen until the next program.
Right, that's the nightmare. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, so now we're on Asian Human Services, and I know I saw somebody from Asian Human Services. Oh, the name I can't pronounce, I apologize, right here. I'm going to unmute you. Okay. All right, so you guys look like you're actually in pretty decent shape. You've got 16 people that have not been eligibility reviewed, 5 students with no placements, and 5 people with no payroll, this is all manageable. And then the 15 people beyond the 90 days. So you're in decent shape, but you do need to go in and clean up some of those things. So do you have any questions for me?
No, that means those subsidized beyond 90 days, I have to do what you just previously explained to this lady.
Correct, correct.
Okay, just to change to 0.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, thanks.
Okay. All right. Great. I'm going to mute you back up. Aunt Martha's. Who do I want to unmute? Camilla? All right. Aunt Martha's. You've only got one red number, and that is for the no placements, youth
Right.
with no placements.
We are in the process of placing these 30 students at the moment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. And you think you've got prospects for all of them?
Yes, we already have the employer partner set up. It's just a process of we do a little mock interview first before we send the students to the actual individual. But we've already spoken to the employer partners to set up the interviews and everything. So it's just a matter of them completing their interviews, getting a start date. With our markers, for the ones that we do have subsidized placements for, we had some additional paperwork on our end with our HR departments. So we're in the process of getting all that rolled, and I just submitted about 3 packets this morning.
Great. Sounds good. Let me know if you need any help with any of the things on Illinois WorkNet.
Will do.
All right, so I'm moving on to Austin People's Action Center. I know I saw somebody on here from there. So let me mute up. All right, tell me who's here from.
Tasha's here.
Okay, all right, so.
I still have to email you the question that you, in response to your question, which I think answers the 27, no payroll.
Yes, that will help with that.
Right, okay, and then we have no placement for 35. So we're, like the Elder Organization, working on, some of them will probably be put on our waiting list, and some of them may not be interested anymore, various things. So we're in the process of going through all the files again. And then the 48, that may be from a previous year with the subsidized beyond 90 days.
Very possible.
Okay.
So all you have to do is go in and do this, the subsidized wage to 0.
Subsidized wage to 0. Yep.
And then maybe even close them out, just because if they're not in there, if they're not in the system any longer.
Okay. And that is on my dashboard. I just go to those numbers real quickly and just be able to do that. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All
Close out the 48. Okay.
All right. So you got any other questions for me?
Not right now, because I'm hoping that when I give you that information for that no payroll piece, that'll fix all our little red dots. So if I have questions after that, I'll call you.
Yes. All right. Okay. If you want to mute yourself back up, I didn't unmute you. So
okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
Thank you. And then I'm going to unmute Yancy. And Yancy, let's talk about Freeport here. You've got 60 people that need partner contacts updated. So from watching the little demonstration right now, do you understand how to get that done?
No.
All right, so on a customer's profile under overview.
Uh-huh.
All right, it needs to click for me here. And it's taking its sweet time, of course. If you go on the overview page, if you go to the integrated resource team contacts, click the drop down and pick somebody from your organization.
See, we just started using that this year. I just became aware of that this year.
Okay.
So I will go in on the past students that we had, and I will add myself or either Miss Williams.
Yeah, just add somebody. And then just make sure that those cases are closed out if they're not actively participating right now.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
All right. And then you've got 70 students with no placements. Those could be older students.
Yeah, they are.
Previous years. All right.
Yeah, because I was under the belief that when you go in and when you place them at a job site and you enter the start date and the end date, that it would automatically take them out. And then we had some extra ones. We recruit extra because we don't know if our kids are going to find a job themselves. So we will still have funding for add other kids. but we have extra kids that we do recruit. If we say we're going to recruit 35, we usually recruit around 40, 45.
Well, that's good. That's good, because then if you've got extra money left over, then you can spend it on those extra kids.
Right, right.
All right. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, no, not at this time.
All right. Remember, everybody, remember, I'm going to come back over
Oh,
here.
Dee,
Yes.
I do have one question. The payroll upload. Now, what we've been doing, we have timesheets that our kids keep, and then we have them in a binder for the year, that year, and that's when they do the on-site audit. We do have that available. Now, how do we upload? Should we upload their timesheets?
No, you don't have to upload the timesheets. You just have to upload, when you're in the system, you just have to upload what that is asking you for. So it tells you who's in a job, and there's a whole training piece in here under this full list of resources. There's a whole training piece on how to upload payroll. And then under the partner training materials and videos, under the tutorials, there's a video that I did that you can watch.
Okay.
And that you can watch. Now, supporting documentation, Eric, doesn't have to be the timesheets. It has to be like expense, things that you're trying to get reimbursed for. Now, if you get, if a monitor comes,
I definitely keep a receipt for those.
Yeah, if a monitor comes, they'll want to see the check stubs and the timesheets, but you don't have to upload all of those.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so I was kind of answering Eric's item in the chat pod as well. So, but, and then Tammy, I copied down your message about closing somebody out. So a P&L of the youth payroll taxes would be sufficient. It's whatever you're going to submit for reimbursement, Eric, that you need to have uploaded. So if there's some sort of weird something or other that is beyond the payroll that you're uploading into the system through the payroll upload, I would make sure that I uploaded that. But then keep all the paperwork either electronically or in paper format so that a monitor can review that information. Okay. Yancy, do you have any other questions for me?
No.
Okay. I'm going to mute you back up, and I'm going to unmute from Fana Lee. I'm going to unmute Fana Lee. So Fana Lee, you've got a bunch of red numbers. Do we need to have a one-on-one discussion? Fana Lee, are you listening to me? Can you hear me? I unmuted you. Okay, so you've got a bunch of red numbers in here. Do we need to have a one-on-one discussion sometime in the very near future to help you make sure that all of this is squared away properly? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Send me an email with some dates that you have some time, and I will arrange a webinar for us to meet. Okay? And then we can go over these things. All right, so I'm going to mute you back up. Oops. All right, and then moving on to CAPS, I saw Cheryl in the call. Let me find you. You'd think that they would put these people into this list by alphabetical order, but no. Oh, there's Latanya. I'll unmute her. All right. So, Latanya,
Yes,
tell me
ma'am.
about some CAPS numbers. The only one there, you've got two that I'm concerned about, is the 40 for the partner contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And were you watching when I demonstrated that?
No, Dee, I just joined like 3 minutes ago. So.
Okay. All right. So on the customer's overview page. So if you're looking at the overview page, integrated resource team contacts, just pick a name of the people from your agency. And that will clear those numbers up. And these numbers are from all 3 years. So just clean those all up.
Okay, no problem.
And then for your 76 people with no placements, this is all 3 years. So you might just need to clean out some of the people, close up the files of the people that aren't there any longer.
Okay.
But otherwise, you're in decent shape. You've got 11 people that need to have their eligibility reviewed, and I don't know if those are brand new ones or if those are from previous years.
Okay.
But you can check those numbers in your dashboard row to see. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right. All righty. I'm going to mute you back up. And I'm going to unmute Lakita from Chicago area. Oops, I skipped a couple.
Hello.
Sorry. I'm going to go down here because I saw you. So, all right.
Yeah.
So you've got 218 people. That's probably everybody in your caseload ever that need those
that's
contacts.
probably from the previous. I believe it's previous, but I know exactly what to do.
Okay, that's good. And then 33 with no placements.
Yeah, those are current. So I just we actually just brought them on, but yes.
Okay, and then 44 with no payroll.
Yeah, I'll have that rectified within a week.
All right, good. A lot of times you've got to get that from your fiscal people, and they're kind of reticent to give you that information. But all you're doing is filling in how many hours somebody worked and what their wage per hour was. So it's pretty easy.
I've done it. I've done it before.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
All right. I'm going to mute you back up.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to mute Latanya. And then I know I just saw somebody from St. Sabina.
Hi, Dee. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Who is this?
This is Anthony.
Anthony. Okay. Anthony, St. Sabina's. All right. You've got a few numbers here that need to be taken care of. Partner contacts, are you comfortable now knowing where the partner contacts piece is?
I am.
All right. And then the no placements, how are we doing on that one?
We're working on those in terms of getting the employers ready to hire. So that's ongoing.
Okay, and then what about the no payroll?
So the payrolls that we have submitted, it doesn't look like we've ever received feedback about them. I am aware now of the protocols for making them happen, submitting them correctly, but we don't have any back and forth at all whatsoever, period, since inception with respect to them. But yes, we will start uploading them. But I'm just saying that because somebody needs to look into that.
Are you meaning somebody from workNet or somebody from DHS or somebody from
It's probably a DHS problem because we've had 0 reviews on.
Oh, and they have not, and just to let you know, they had not prior years, they had not been reviewing them, but they still want them uploaded for, so that in case a monitor needs to look at them, they have been uploaded. But
so I must have missed that. I'm only looking at a section of your sheet with respect to the red numbers. When I look at our CYP breakdown in the dashboard itself, or in the dashboard proper, I only see 2 pink items or 2 red items. So maybe I'm missing something. With respect to the payroll uploads, do you care if we do the payroll uploads going forward, or are you looking for them retroactively?
You need to, my suggestion would be is to catch up this program year.
Mm-hmm.
and at least this program year. And then I'll have a discussion, or on the 17th, or unless they change that date, on the 17th, we'll ask that question again to make sure that you're getting the right amount of things uploaded for payroll. But you've got 152 in here that don't have a payroll uploaded. And that's a pretty significant number. I believe if you don't close out your people and they show up on the payroll report, you might be able to upload a whole year at one time to catch up the old years. That will be a little bit of work though.
Well, we're up to it. It's just a matter of understanding what DHS wants.
All right, so what I would suggest, Anthony, is to send an email, copy me, Brandon Bax, Nicole McKinney, and I can't remember Kristen's last name right now. Y'all know who I mean though, right?
No, I'm sorry.
Hang on, I'm gonna look.
Kristen Marshall?
Kristen Marshall, yes, thank you. And copy all of us on that email and ask how far back you want payroll done. Because I know that if the government comes in, they might want to see all of the program years and they would want that information in there. So I would be prepared for that answer.
Understood.
All right. So do you have any other questions for me?
Not at this time. Thank you.
All right. And you were following along while I was demonstrating all these other pieces, right?
I was.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to mute you up. Centers for New Horizons. I thought I saw somebody on the call from there.
I'm here.
Okay. So who is this?
Karina.
Karina. Hi, Karina. You're in okay shape. You've got 81 people that need those partner contacts updated, and that's across the grant, your time with the grant. You've got 159 people with no payroll.
I do believe that's from, because we're in our 3rd year, so I'm going to double check the past years, because when I've been uploading and checking, I've been going by this year.
Yes.
And I wasn't getting any red or any marks. So I'm just going to go ahead and double check those old ones. And I've been making sure it goes to 0 and the contact person. So I'll make sure those are updated as well.
Okay. All right. And that's probably for the best, just because, like I've been saying, if somebody comes in and monitors you, we don't know how long they're going to go back for the monitoring. It might just be this program year. It could be last program year because we're not done with this program year yet.
And I'm just going to email you because for the 8 that it says application status, those are showing up, and I meant to email you the names either way. Is that there's people that we've never even worked with, and like we didn't enroll them, and they're appearing in our system.
Okay, so what that could be is they may have just picked the wrong agency.
Mm-hmm.
But they're probably not working with anybody else because we haven't moved them away. So what you could do in that case is, oh, I'm on the wrong dashboard. Where am I? Centers
You
for
guys
Horizons.
got a little shocked because I saw the numbers and I'm like, no, when I've been checking, everything was saying it's good. So I'm glad I did feel a little better when you said that it's all the years.
Yes. Because a lot of times when I'm looking at these things, I'm just looking at them overall because sometimes it's indicative of what's going on in the current year. If people are, having problems with the current year, they probably had problems prior. So what you can do is this has started application and not completed within 5 days. That's going to be hard to repair because if they didn't finish their CYEP application, we just can't really do much with that. But
Right,
they
so
might
just
be
call
new
them out?
people, or they might be new people, or they might be people that you could touch back in base with, touch back with them just to see if they might be interested in participating now, especially if you're looking for numbers.
Okay. Well, we have a wait list right now.
Oh, good for you.
So yeah, it was just, I meant to email you those names either way too, because we have no idea who they are.
Okay. All right. Well, send me an email with those names and I'll see what I can do about trying to get them shut down.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And then you're okay with getting the payroll uploaded and fixing that 90-day business.
Changing it to 0. I was paying attention.
Okay, good. Yay. I'm glad when people pay attention. All right. Okay, so if you want to mute yourself back up. We already talked to Chicago Area Project, Employee Connections. Is somebody on the call from Employee Connections? I don't see anybody in the list. Okay. I'm going to move on to Homework and Hangout. Eric, are you still with me? Let me find Eric there. Unmute. All right, Eric, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, you're in really good shape, so I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You do have a couple people that you need to take care of with that subsidized beyond the 90 days, but otherwise.
A lot of that is, we had a lot of placements went from subsidized to unsubsidized over the holiday break.
Oh.
They all ended, and I just haven't gotten to it. I tried getting in Friday, but I wasn't able to log in.
Yeah, we were having issues.
Yeah, so that's a lot of that right now. So that should be able to get. I should be able to get into that.
Thanks, Tammy.
Sometime this week and get all that fixed.
All right. All right. Well, that's good. That'll be really good then. All right. Do you have any questions for me?
Just about kind of going back, I asked a follow-up on the timesheet question for the documentation of the payroll uploads. It sounds like what I'm doing is overkill.
I think so.
Uploading the pay stubs, the pay stubs and the timesheets. Just so I know, is that still, even if it's overkill, is that still okay as far as documentation goes? Because that has been what I've been submitting.
Yeah, if you want to continue to upload it, that's fine. Because then it's there. And in case your agency has a flood or a fire or something, then you know that it's been uploaded. So if you want to take the time and energy to do that, that's fine.
Okay, but I'm trying to ascertain what's been typical. Is it just simply like a payroll summary, a expenditure list, of like I said earlier, like a PL of the youth payroll items and the payroll tax and that sort of thing? What's typically being uploaded as documentation for that?
If you're getting reimbursed for example, for workman's comp insurance, because you're charging that would be something that you would upload as the supporting documents. If you're getting reimbursed for the supportive services piece associated with that particular job, that's something that you would upload, but it may not necessarily be uploaded in the payroll piece as long as you're getting it uploaded with your oh my gosh, the reimbursement documents.
Okay, so if I had been uploading workman's comp, for example, because that tends to get paid when our agency's workman's comp gets paid.
Right.
So it's usually part of one giant expense versus a separated expense out. But I could show just something from that to show when it was paid at some point. I can even probably upload year to date or something if I need to on a subsequent thing. But you're saying also anything supportive services needs to be uploaded?
Well, if you're submitting documents for fiscal reimbursement, you've got to have the documentation there. If it has to do with the payroll, then you need to make sure that that's uploaded with that payroll report.
Okay. So, all right. I think I kind of see our workman's comp is an operations expense, not a payroll expense. So, but yeah, that's just my system. But okay. So it sounds like I still need to upload that, at least a year-to-date assessment, and then moving forward, anytime it's assessed, I need to upload it.
Probably.
In some way.
Yeah.
Okay. That sort of makes sense. I think I'm fine. And then the rest of it seems okay, the way I've been doing. So okay, well, I'll get that added to it.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Eric. I'm going to mute you back up, and now Jewish Family Services, Jamie, I'm going to unmute you. So we've got.
Hi, this is Leah. I'm here with Jamie.
Okay. You're in really good shape too. So all of your numbers are under that 20. So I'm good job to you too. So do you have any questions for me?
I think there was one question was that under there was, I think, one client under that said like under the not placed. I'm trying to find it now, but
well, we don't want to talk about a specific person here in the webinar unless it's something that I can demonstrate in the test.
Okay, it's just someone who has a work site placement that has been entered through the career plan, but it's showing up as them not being placed. But maybe that's something we have to figure out one-on-one if it's because it's a specific person.
Yes, if you can send me an email with that customer name and their WorkNet ID.
Sure.
And then I'll take a look and see what's going on with that.
Okay, sounds good. I think that was it, unless you had anything.
Okay, all right. I'm going to mute you up, and I'm going to go to Lawrence Hall. I know Lawrence Hall was.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you now. Okay.
This is Narestis with Lawrence Hall.
Hi. Let's see, your numbers are in pretty good shape. The one that worries me that you didn't get turned red on was the no placements. You're right at 20 with the no placements. And then otherwise your numbers are all under that 20 mark that I established. So do you have any questions for me?
And I'm going to go over the rest of the numbers, and if I do have any questions, I will definitely send you an email.
Great. Okay. Excellent. All right. Do I have anybody on the call from Leadership Development Institution? I don't remember seeing them. All right. I'm going to move on. Leslie Bates, I don't think I saw anybody on the call from Leslie Bates either. And Madison County, is somebody on the call from Madison County? I thought I saw you.
Yep.
All right. So Madison County, you just don't have a lot of numbers, period. So do we need to spend some time on getting you through some webinars and some training programs?
Oh no, yeah, we're fine. The only thing that kind of, I guess you could say, held us back a little bit was our late start. But aside from that, we had to hire a career counselor, and that had to get approved by the school board. But as of today, our numbers should look a little different. We've been in the system today, dealing with eligibility, as well as placing some of our youth on a waiting list. And so as the weeks go on and we begin to place, we're pretty good. We're pretty familiar with the system. It's just getting some of the youth uploaded in there.
Okay. All right. Please remember that we've got all of the help that you need on this Community Youth Employment Program resource page. And I am available by email or by phone. And if you send me an email, copy Nicole and Brandon, just so that in case it's a DHS question and not an Illinois WorkNet question, that we each see what's going on and vice versa.
Yeah, sure. If I have any questions, I'll definitely send you all an email.
Great. All right. Excellent. Thank you for joining us today. Phalanx, is anybody on the call from Phalanx? I don't remember seeing them. All right, moving on. Project Oz, I don't remember seeing anybody from Project Oz either. And then Public Image Partnership, I thought I saw them.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I am. And your name is?
This is Tracy Hester.
Hi, Tracy. All right,
Hi.
so you got a couple of numbers here that, okay, so somebody is here from Phalanx. I'll come back to you. You got 26 people that have not been reviewed that are in this red row on the dashboard. So, public image. All right, so you got 26 here in this red row that we need to get squared away. And then if you've got those, like I said, those could be from the previous years, but you just need to make sure that they're closed out if they're not going to be worked on anymore.
Okay, but, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Or try to re-engage them.
Yes. I don't know if you recall, but we're having a lot of issues here, not being able to get on the system and the information that we're putting in not showing up accurately. So,
okay.
Yeah, because the last time you and I talked, you told me to do some stuff with at our computer lab. I did that. It's still not working. We still don't have access to WorkNet.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're having it's like each day is getting worse and worse. And stuff is not showing up. Information is going in and it's not showing up.
Okay, so why don't we schedule a time for later this week so that you and I can get on Zoom and you can share your screen and I can see what's going on.
Okay.
So send me an email with a couple of times that you're available so that I can look in my calendar.
Okay. All right, will do.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Phalanx. All right, she sent me a message. Okay, all right, thank you, Elizabeth. And then Puerto Rican Cultural Center. I know I saw somebody from there. You want to unmute yourself. Are you there? Okay, and who is it? It's Natasha?
Yep.
All right, so Natasha, you got a couple of big numbers in that eligibility review. and those can be from the previous years, but they won't, none of your numbers will move forward if you don't do that eligibility review. So if they are from this year and you're trying to get them to be able to add a job or a career plan or any of that kind of stuff. Otherwise, we do need to close out some of those people if you're never going to work with them again. All right, and then you were watching when I did the partner contacts?
Yes, I didn't have an issue with that one. Can you go over a no placement for one of the cases? Because the person that usually does it, she's on maternity leave.
All right.
So I'm going to be the one taking care of it now.
All right, so the Puerto Rican Cultural Center, work site placements, customers with no placements, there's 50 of them.
Okay.
On a customer, what you have to do is in the career plan, in the customer's career plan, you need to add a step. So, and that step is going to be start permanent employment as part of this program. And if I click on that to edit it, and this is taking a moment because I'm sharing my screen and it's a slow process. You can select a goal that it goes with. And then if you've got employers already in the system, you can pick from the list of employers in the system. So you need to add those under the worksite placement tab, add your employers in there, and then come back to their step. And one of the things that we will be doing in the future is we're going to try to save you all from adding them in the wrong place and ask you the question, would you like to add this through a career plan step so that you get it into the career plan step instead of adding it through worksite placement? Once you pick a business here, it automatically adds some of the information. Then you just have to put in the wage information and whether it's subsidized or not. Start date, if you don't have, if it says planned, not started right here, instead of started and open, they count as no placement still. So you have to make sure that you pick that started on there. Okay. All right, Natasha, are you good on that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on this week, and then if I'll probably do it all tomorrow and Thursday, and then if I have questions, I'll reach out to you on Friday.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. SGA, I'm going to kind of do both of you at the same time because I thought I saw somebody on here from SGA.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right. What's your first name? Because you've got J. Hannah.
Jessica.
Jessica. Okay, Jessica. You're in your agency. Both locations are in pretty decent shape, except for the 26 at 47th Street that do not have any payroll uploaded. So we just need to make sure that there's payroll uploaded.
Okay.
And there are directions in the Community Youth Employment Guide for you to be able to do that.
Yes, I know how to. I've been uploading payroll. So there might be some that weren't uploaded prior to me coming on board, but I will take a look at it. And then there might be some that are not, that didn't even work.
Yes,
so
right.
That might be the problem.
So in some of those cases, you probably just need to close them out.
Okay, yeah, because we've been going through them a lot and closing them out. So are these are these currently, or are these the ones that are
these are
from
all
previous?
All 3 years.
All 3 years. Okay, so we have the ones that we have now. We have been uploading payroll for. So I'll make sure I'll check into it. I'll get with Margarita, make sure that we're going through everything.
All right. So
we've been working diligently on it.
All right, for this program year, they're all clear. For last program year, you have 2. And for the first program year,
24.
24. So that's where I bet most of these numbers are from, y'all. It's probably all from 2018 program year.
Okay. We have.
All right. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I just yeah, no, if I do, I'll contact you.
All right, great. Thank you, Jessica.
All right.
Bye. All right, you can. LaDon, I noticed. All right, so you just need to go over, I hope you can hear me. I'm gonna unmute you and see if, are you there, LaDon? Oh, if you're here, okay. I unmuted you. I'm gonna mute you back because something's bad. Something's wonky there. All right, so you've got 56 people that are on, that have not been reviewed for eligibility. Those are probably old. And then you've got 32 that don't have a position. So you need to check on that. And then 20 that are over the 90 days. Those are the big numbers that you need to really work on. But otherwise, anything in these red rows. All right. Were you able to hear anything earlier? LaDon, we'll talk. Okay, universal family connection. I know somebody was there. All right. Angela, unmute you. All right, Angela. Next time we'll start at the bottom of the list, okay, y'all? Universal family connection, you're pretty decent. You got 36 people that need their contact information, their contact person updated. And you've got 47 people without a job. Now, those 47 people without a job means that you don't have some of those other numbers. So if you can give your people those placements, that will update. Oh, I just want to do all of them. That will update. So you got 47 customers with no placements.
Yeah, they're still going. There.
It would be polite, Eric. You've got 47 people here, but you've got zeros down below. So if, as soon as you get placements in there for those people, then some of these numbers will fill in down here below. And you need to make sure that you're doing that through the career plan. You got that? Angela? Okay, I don't know if she fell off or what, but do you have any questions for me, Angela? All right, I'm going to move on to Westside Health Authority. Thank you for your patience, Westside Health Authority.
Thanks, Dee. It's Jadalyn. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right.
Okay,
so
perfect.
you've got some numbers, and just like everybody else, they're probably from some of the older years. So if you can go in and check on these applications, if you guys have these applications that haven't been completed and you're not going to be able to get them to complete it, I think we need to be able to just close them out. I will do a little bit of research on that about how we can get them gone off of your list.
Okay.
And then under the eligibility review, you need to just look to see if those are older people and close them out or say that you chose not to enroll them.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
otherwise,
our case manager has been doing a lot of work in this for the past week or two, getting our work sites in and trying to help with the youth getting their applications complete. We had a few youth that came in and they chose the wrong work site, so we haven't been able to access their application. So I think there's a few more issues that we'll have to troubleshoot with you offline and ask some personal questions as to what to do to help those youth get back into our program so we can actually do the career plan
and
and
if
get
you
them
know,
matched
yeah,
with placement.
yeah, if you know who they are, I can change the agency for you.
Yes, we can identify them.
All right. So if we can get on a phone call, I can probably do that pretty quickly.
Okay, perfect.
So just send me an email with some times that you're available, and we'll try and fix those for you.
Okay, awesome. We'll be doing that sometime this week.
All right. Okay. All right. So everybody, thank you very much for your time and attention. I appreciate your patience with our call today. Going over the numbers can be long, but I appreciate that. So if there's no other questions, we will we'll call it a day today. And I'll make sure that Brandon gets a message out to everybody about the call. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.